what led me to Isha was to help discover really the missing soul of yoga.
This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for a lot of people.
I decided to join this program, the Hatha Yoga program at Isha, is because I wanted to find a deeper aspect of yoga. I've been teaching yoga for 15 years. After years of teaching, I began to realize that there was a whole other aspect of yoga that I really wasn't knowing, experiencing, and obviously not teaching.
Now, halfway through the program, I'll have something that'll last me for the rest of my life and that I can share with others to help them improve their lives.
The training process for me has been really interesting, just looking at myself and how I'm learning to teach classical Hatha yoga.
The best part of the program is the actual practices, doing the asanas, and get to understand them more and get into the postures on a deeper level.
Suddenly there seemed to be a lot more inner dimension to the experience of my practice.
And the real beauty of the program is that that level of sanctity and sacredness is held at the highest.
The way it is approached here, it's about precision, accuracy. It's not about doing asanas.
Flexibility has always been an issue for me, and so I'm still working to improve my flexibility as I go through the asanas. Ongoing challenge on a daily basis. That's the whole purpose of being here, and I'm grateful for the time that we have to spend with the asanas.
Some of the postures are challenging. It's interesting to see how the body does or doesn't not want to go into a particular way.
I love Surya Kriya. Surya Kriya is new to me, and I love doing the practice. It's so peaceful. What it brings to your life is just something that it's hard to explain without doing it. And I look forward to doing it for the rest of my life and sharing it with so many others.
Each day, each moment in this program is better than the last moment.
And the fact that we get to spend time with the Dhyanalinga and the Surya Kund, it's just something that you have to really appreciate and enjoy the experience while you're here and immerse yourself in it as much as possible.
We are very fortunate to have Tirtha Kunds. I feel it's a healing place. When I come out of it, it's like I feel like a new man, rejuvenate. I feel that the colors are brighter. I feel my body is better and everything.
Everything is just so beautiful around you. It's the nature, the surrounding. The through a lot of things that are absolutely new and different, which I have never seen before. So it's amazing how this whole package has come together.
When I came here, I don't want to go back. The energy that is in the whole ashram, the energy that surrounds the Adiyogi Alyam in itself is enough to get the best out of me, nothing else. I see that I'm getting addicted to yoga. It's just making such a tremendous change in me that it's just becoming a part of me. How each day the whole group, everybody, these people coming from all different corners of the world have become a family now, and everything we do together is enjoyable. Whenever there are any celebrations in the ashram, like Janmashtami, now Navratris, and it's so beautiful that people from all countries in our program, they become like one and they participate with as much enthusiasm and love. It just unites all of us. So that really brings a big smile on my face, because that time we move across the boundaries of countries.
It's a really wonderful group of people, and it's fun at, like, especially at dinner, because we have our own little intimate space to have dinner.
It's unbelievable that healthy food can come in such good taste that you don't even know you're taking so much healthy food. Even the cooked food is so healthy that I can feel so much difference in my system. I can feel each day it getting cleansed.
Coming on the walks, the first thing I notice is like there's so many plants and animals and trees and stuff that I've never seen before.
Our first trip was to Tirchi. It was our first trip to water element place where we had our sadhana to be done.
Especially in the bhakti sadhana, what we do in the morning, something at first it was like I was just standing, and after that, as the day progressed, the tears were just flowing out of my eyes.
It's something different is happening, and I can see the change happening.
We have been introduced to Nada Yoga. It's amazing just the effect that it has on you just chanting it. It just sort of, if you're in a bad mood, it just sort of makes everything melt away. The
true dimensions of all these things are so much more deeper than our understanding. The simple line that Sadhguru said, that these chants are not invented, they're discovered.
Just the way the sound is engineered, the mastery of it, it's beautiful.
Just a simple chant is enough for you to be blissed out.
We learn everything and we go through the same things together, and there's so many things to share, and there's so many different people. And
I've really enjoyed the other teachers, the other trainees that are here. We're quite an international crew, and just to see, there's There's so many differences, cultural differences, really when it comes down to it, we're all here for the same reason and we're all dedicated. It's nice, we did partner corrections the other day, and that was really very helpful.
No matter how often you hear the instructions, after a while without instructions, you start doing all kinds of wacky things that you wouldn't believe when people tell you. So it's good. It's a little bit ego crushing because you think, in this posture I'm great and whatever. But then they bring you down to planet Earth again and tell you that in every single posture there are things you can improve. Most of the time I'm happy to take their comments and incorporate them. Yeah.
And things that you couldn't do, you can just do it. And you're like, what's happening here?
It's quite challenging actually. It's going on very nice. Not only with all the practices, it's like I'm just trying to get. I've lost almost 9 kgs of weight.
Though I have a long way to go before completing the program, I do have some sense of what it takes to train a yoga teacher. From what I can tell from my own experience here at Isha, the program is so well thought out. Such an inward-driven process, and that is so rare and so sacred. And to have the opportunity to steep yourself in that over a 5-month period, that's like no other opportunity in my mind. And despite the challenges that you'll face to do that, it's well worth it. My perspective on yoga has been flipped 180 degrees and more. Really, my vision and my drive for being here is to be able to return to my hometown and to my community and to begin to offer more of a full seat of yoga. I feel that for 15 years I offered just a tiny little vein or root of yoga, and now being here at Isha, I realize that there's so much more to offer.
The training is structured to see that slowly transforms you into not a Hatha Yoga teacher, but into a yogi. Because in my perception, ultimately, only one who is yoga should transmit yoga, then only it'll be a real thing. Not that you learned yoga, not that you know yoga, but you are yoga. That means you are a certain level of union. You are not a concretized individual. At least in a limited way, you have transcended the limitations of your body and mind, and who you are, the experience of who you are, is no more limited to the physical structures of who you are. You have broken that. A little bit of yoga is happening as a living process, not as a knowledge, not as an idea, not as a concept, but as a living process. As your breath happens, yoga is happening. If this doesn't enter you, you cannot really transmit yoga. You can teach yoga, but you cannot transmit yoga. Yoga needs to be transmitted because there's nothing to teach. Unless it has gone into me, unless it's become a part of me, there is no way to spread this fragrance around. This is not intellectual knowledge. This has to go into the very DNA of who you are. This is what yoga means. So when you're teaching yoga, please, please, please do not be a performer. Do not try to impress people. Never ever try to impress people. Just open everything that you have. Just become a great contribution. They may not be impressed by you, but they're touched by you, and that's all that matters.